And the lady says to her, "You asked for love. We gave it. But love has a cost."
That's not love.
Nia woke up that day with on her pillow, and it wasn't hers. And to make matters worse, when she woke up from the dream, Micah, who was sleeping with her, had his arms wrapped so tightly around her, his fingers technically digging into her skin, leaving bruises. He was holding her like he was afraid she would vanish in the middle of the night. She said that same day, Micah woke up on one. If she never felt endangered before, this was the day. That morning, Micah refused to let Nia leave the house. She had work. She can't go.
Hey, it's your girl Key. Thanks for clicking on me. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, I miss ya. I hope you're doing freaking amazing. And if you're new to this channel, over here, we're all about motivation, biblical information, and exposing the nation. Today I'm on YouTube. We're on Rebecca's Journey YouTube channel. She is a storyteller. So people send her their stories and she read them out. Today's video topic is about love spells and why you should not do them. Let's get right into this video.
Lucian people, to the front. When I say Obia is real, this girl said her auntie's boyfriend took her mom's panties off the laundry line and brought them to the Obia man, and this is how it all started. I am back with another spooky story. This one is a betrayal story from St. Lucia. Sometimes it really do be your own family. We're gonna call the person who submitted the story.
She said her auntie's boyfriend took her mom's panties. So the auntie boyfriend is trying to get your mom? What the heck is going on here already? It's already crazy. It's insane.
Story, Hannah. So Hannah said my mom and aunt were super close. So close that her mom built a house in St. Lucia with her. While her mom was still living and working in the US, she was sending money back home to her sister and her sister's boyfriend to help with construction. This is all very important. Now this man, the aunt's boyfriend, he was no saint. Had already gotten deported from Canada after stealing from her dad's carpentry business and pawning the tool to send money back to St. Lucia. But Hannah's aunt loved that man so much that she left her teenage daughter and young son behind to go be with her man.
What?
Now, Hannah's...
That's not love. She's obsessed. I don't care what nobody says. That's obsession. That's not love.
Says she told her mom not to build with her sister. She told her that her sister was going to take the whole house and the land for herself. But her mom looked at her in the eye and said, "My sister would never do that to me." Fast forward to 2016. Her mom finally moves to St. Lucia to live in the house that she had been funding for years. But what she walks into? It's not funny. I don't mean to laugh. An empty
Nah, but warning comes before destruction.
shell. It's basically like four wall, no lights, no paint, no cupboard, no furniture.
All that
A house
money.
that her mom has been funding for years, mind you. Meanwhile, the sister's side of the house, fully furnished. Fixtures, rod, kitchen, lights, everything. Well, obviously, Hannah's mom is devastated. And this is when the arguments started. Hannah's aunt, her boyfriend, and her mom were fighting every day. She was in Canada getting called in at work in the middle of the night. It was non-stop. So she can mediate what's going on back home. Then that's when the threats came. The aunt's boyfriend started saying that he would unalive Hannah's mother. And then the rumors that he started taking Hannah's mom's panties from the laundry line and bringing them down to the Obia man, do what he gotta do to get rid of Hannah's mother. So eventually, Hannah's mom moved out and gets a new place. But you think that was it? The story is not over, because that's when shit...
I just want to say, and that's why you got to be covered in the blood of Jesus. You got to be living for the Lord. None of this hoodoo, voodoo, doo-doo will get on you. It will backfire. All right, you got to be covered in the blood. Oh, my goodness.
Really started happening. People are wicked enough. Anyway, it's Tuesday. I gotta get to work. You gotta come back for part 2. So if you want to hear part 2 and how this dramatic betrayal story ended, leave a comment for part 2. And I will be dropping part 2 as soon as this video hits 10,000 views. St. Lucia said, "Oh, you thought we were all only nice? Hold my purse." Now, I know this doesn't reflect on everybody over there, so please save those comments. These are submitted stories. Enjoy them and shut the f***. Like I say at the end of every single video, I love you, my abducted humans, from your favorite Asian homegirl. Okay, guys, chill on me.
Yes,
I'm back with
part two.
And when they say it be your own family, it really do be your own man. Imagine you trusting your sister, sending money back home to build y'all a house, so that by the time you get back home, you have some place to live, and so does your sister. However, when you get back home after years of sending money back home to build a house, you find it that your sister only built herself a house. Not only that, but the man that your sister is with is making threats towards you, taking your personal items to an Obia person, and attempts to end your life over land. So we left up the story with Hannah's mother moving out, and the story still continues. So then Hannah decided to move into her mother's old place, and she said this is when things really started happening. So Hannah said when she moved into her mother's old place, stuff just started going missing. Stuff like documents, clothes, her bank card, even shoes and plants. But one night made it clear that there was something else in that house. So she was in her living room working. Her eldest daughter, who had already gone to bed, got up and came to her and said, "Mommy, I feel weird, like my body feels old." So Hannah told her, like, go back to sleep, say a prayer. But something didn't sit right. A few minutes later, Hannah saw a shadow enter through the...
I just want to know, did anybody ever got a feeling that your body feel old? Or heard somebody say that their body feels old? I never heard that expression before.
Side door and leaned over toward her. It was like it was trying to check to see if Hannah could see it, and Hannah could, so she waved it off like she normally does. She said she's seen these things her whole life, she just doesn't talk about it. But the shadow walked right into her daughter's room. Her heart dropped, so she got up, followed the shadow. When she turned the corner, she saw it. A 6-foot-tall shadow figure standing by her daughter's bunk bed, staring down at her oldest child. Goosebumps covered her body. She turned, ran into the living room, grabbed her Bible, and opened it to Psalms. Started praying out loud and begging God to protect her and her family. Well, the shadow turned from the bed and looked directly at Hannah. And she kept praying harder and harder until that shadow turned again, walked to the window, and vanished.
Yes.
And at 5 a.m., Hannah heard something outside under that same window, as if something was laying down on them old wooden planks. Hannah looks outside and notices a trail of overgrown weeds leading into the bush. So 2 weeks later, she went out there with her brother to clear the area. And y'all, this is the spooky part. They found her black fur slippers buried under the window, tied with a red cloth. Ugh. So whoever did that, her aunt and her boyfriend, not only were doing work on Hannah's mother, but Hannah herself upon moving into the old property. So Hannah said when she found the shoe with the red cloth, she burnt it on the spot. So 8 years later, after her mom moved back into that house, after all the stress, betrayal, and spiritual attack, her mother unfortunately passed away, which I am so sorry for your loss. Well, guys, that pretty much concluded that story. This really does teach you something, that it really do be your own man's. It's the greed of human nature. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time I'm hearing something.
I'm like, it's the same story. Cain and Abel, jealousy. She had to be jealous of her sister. She was the one that was funding her lifestyle, helping her, trying to get to the next level. Her sister was so loving and trusting of her own sister, thinking that, my sister will never betray me because my sister loved me the same way that I love my sister. No, it's not like that. You cannot let your eyes fool you. You got to take an orange for what it is. An orange will always be an orange. An apple will always be an apple. A thief will always be a thief. A liar will always be a liar. Things like that. This is sad. That's insane.
A story similar to this, whether it be from fellow Caribbean people or African people. This is one of the oldest stories in the book. I don't know how much money my father done sent to a family back home to build a house, and baby, where's the house? I called the person who submitted the story Nia. Nia said, I need to tell you something that I never thought I'd admit out loud. We're gonna call her crush Micah. His name was Micah. He had a girlfriend, but however, Nia didn't care. Nia said that she knew that Micah was supposed to be hers. Micah would smile at her sometimes, talk to her a little too long, and Nia thought maybe, just maybe, if she had a little help to help sway him from his girlfriend to her, she would be golden. Nia said that she knew what she felt for Micah was real. And in her eyes, Micah's girlfriend, we're gonna call her Rhea. To Nia, Rhea was just in the way. So Nia had...
I'm sorry. It's fruit flies in this house, and I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get rid of these things. I have a trap, and I cannot deal with flies, and they just in here flying around. Sorry. Try not to be frustrated. Let's continue with the video. You just seen that thing in my freaking shot. You just seen, oh.
I had heard about this woman in town that people were whispering about. They said that she could make things happen. So Nia went to the woman and told her that she wanted Micah to love her and only her. Now the woman looked at Nia long and hard before she said, and I quote, "I can give you what you're asking for, but once it starts, you can't undo it." Nia said she didn't care, so she said yes because she wanted him. The woman gave her specific instructions on what to do. She needed a red candle, his photo, a little bit of honey, some personal ingredients, like personal item, a prayer over water at midnight, and some of her menstrual.
Ew.
Now, Nia says she followed the instructions exactly to the T. She said, and let me tell you, it worked fast. Micah started texting her out of nowhere, and he started texting her.
That's why you need to be covered in the blood and living for the Lord Jesus, because none of that will work on you, okay? None of that will be working on you. All right?
More and more, he would find himself showing up where she was at, suddenly telling her that he couldn't stop thinking about her. He even said to her one day that he left his girlfriend, Rhea, out of the picture, gone. Nia said in that moment, hearing that this man done left his girlfriend, Rhea, for her, she said that, to be honest, she felt powerful. She felt chosen. Until, in one night, Micah shows up outside of Nia's house, crying. Boo-hoo, crying. And he just said to her out of nowhere, "Why did you do this to me? I can't eat, I can't think, I feel you even when you're not around. You tied my soul, I know you did something to me." Then out of nowhere, the man smiled. Now Nia says that this didn't look like his regular smile. It's like his face moved. There was something else inside of him entirely.
Oh yeah.
That's when he leans in and says to her, "Why didn't you feed it?" To be continued. Let me know if you're ready for what happens next. Because things only got darker from here. I be telling y'all, do not do a love spell on that man. Make sure you leave a comment for part 2. Before you do a love spell on that person, make sure you listen to this story first. I be telling y'all, stop doing that stuff.
Yeah,
so pretty much, Micah shows up at Nia's door, boo-hoo crying, and he seems different with the smile that he gave her, and him whispering to her, "Why didn't you feed it?" He kind of snapped out of that moment. It just seemed weird. So Nia didn't think anything of it and they moved on. However, Micah was obsessed. Since Nia had performed that love spell, Micah left his gal, went to Nia, and he had became everything she's ever wanted. Affectionate, attentive, and constantly by her side. At first, it felt like a dream. But as we know, that dream was quickly turning into a nightmare.
Oh, you already
Nia
know.
says that Micah stopped going to work. He stopped seeing his family. Nia says this was not at her request, just distanced himself from everyone. And he even stopped being himself. Everywhere Nia went, he followed. She says she would wake up and he would be watching her sleep. He would get so angry if she left the room without telling him. And he would throw these tantrums when she didn't answer his text right away.
Bruh, oh my goodness. She done got herself into tons of trouble. What is going on here?
Nia said, what I thought was love was becoming something else. Something dark.
You put a spell on a guy. And you thought it was going to be love? You did witchcraft on a guy. You manipulated reality and thought you was going to get love?
And Nia said, when I told y'all he stopped being himself, she said one night she woke up to find him standing over her, watching. And when she asked him, "Yo, what are you doing?" he said, "I'm just making sure that no one's trying to take you from me." So at this point, Nia started researching the spell that she had done. And through her research, she discovered that it wasn't just a love spell. Oh no, it was a binding ritual. One that not only called on spirits of attraction, but sacrificed part of Micah's will to make it work. I didn't even know that was a thing. Nia said in that moment, it's dawning on her that in trying to force love, she had actually broken something inside of him. But that wasn't the worst part. One night, Nia had a dream. A woman dressed in all white appeared. Her face was hidden behind this lace veil, and the lady says to her, "You asked for love. We gave it. But love has a cost."
That's not love.
Nia woke up that day with on her pillow, and it wasn't hers. And to make matters worse, when she woke up from the dream, Micah, who was sleeping with her, had his arms wrapped so tightly around her, his fingers technically digging into her skin, leaving bruises. He was holding her like he was afraid she would vanish in the middle of the night. She said that same day, Micah woke up on one. If she never felt endangered before, this was the day. That morning, Micah refused to let Nia leave the house. She had work. She can't go. At first, he was asking nicely, hey, can you stay home? Nia said no. Then he started crying, and then he started screaming, and then he was begging, and then he just went silent completely. And y'all remember that smile from part 1? The robotic smile that just didn't seem like Micah's?
Sinister
that
smile.
smile came back. And Nia says, again, it wasn't human. She said he pushed her to the ground, and she woke up tied up in their bedroom. When she woke up, she begged him to untie her, and he seemed remorseful, so he did. At this point, Nia is desperate to contact the woman that did this spell for her. However, when she went back to the woman said that, I told you, you could not undo this. There's nothing I can do for you. You knew the cost of what you were doing. And unless she needed something new, the woman told her to leave and left Nia to deal with this man by herself. And I wish I could just end the story right here, but this story is so long and it just keeps getting worse. So y'all gonna have to leave a comment for part 3. Take this as a warning. Do not do a love spell on that man. Okay, let's continue with the story. So Nia tries to go back to the voodoo lady to undo whatever it is that she did. And the lady talking about, I can't help you. You already knew the risk. At this point, Nia is gathering that she's in trouble because she is left alone to deal with this man by herself. She has no idea what to do. She comes back home, and at this point, things with Micah are escalating. Micah has fully moved in with Nia, refuses to go to work, refuses to go anywhere, and Nia became the sole breadwinner. Nia said that she did find it in...
He allowed her to go to work now. Okay, that's good. I'm about to say he didn't want her to go to work. And he not working. So who gonna pay the bills?
During the days that he was following her to work. She didn't think it was that much of a red flag that he would follow her sometimes, considering they lived together and Nia knew what she did to him. Unfortunately, things just kind of kept escalating. Over the days, Micah completely stopped eating. And when Nia would ask him, why are you not eating? He would say he didn't need any food. He would tell her that your love is enough and that feeds me. She said it got so bad that this man's eyes started sinking into his face, his skin pale, and the creepiest part was, this man started talking in his sleep in voices that were not his.
It's not
and
him.
to add salt to injury, every night the woman in white would appear in Nia's dreams whispering, you fed us. Now he belongs to us. Nia said she would wake up having no idea what those dreams meant. What do you mean he belongs to us? Who is up? What did she feed it? One day, Nia woke up and decided to go to work like regular. She left Micah at home, and at this point, Micah really looks like he's not doing good. Again, he's not eating. He's not drinking. He's not doing anything. Nia overheard his parents on the phone the night before being concerned about Micah, and the mom said something about stopping by to see him. So that morning, Nia wakes up, goes to work, and doesn't think anything of it. Now, Nia says that she should also say that she wasn't close with Micah's parents. She felt that Micah's parents liked Micah's ex more than they liked her. So they never really did business with each other like that. So that day, Nia comes back home from work. That's when she notices that Micah is gone. Nowhere to be found. His clothes were still in the closet. His phone was still on the charger. She's thinking maybe he went outside. But hours pass and Micah is still not back. And mind you, she can't call him. Phone's right there. So she goes into her room and she notices on her pillow, there was a single red candle, half burnt, covered in dried petals and wax. Something similar to what she had used the night of that spell. So she decided to run to that, clean it up, because it looks like witchcraft. Yeah. She's now wondering, wow, did Micah do this and left? And at this point, I think she gathered that Micah may not be coming back. So she goes to sleep that night and she has a dream again. But this time, she says, next time, love someone the natural way. Because now, you owe us. Nia said that months went by and Micah still didn't come back. She grew worried for him, but every single night, even till this night, she still dreams about the woman in white coming to collect something. And she says she always says every single time in the dream, next time, love someone the natural way. Right. And months later, Nia would learn that Micah was actually rescued by his parents that day that she went to work. His parents came to the house knowing that there was some sort of witchcraft involved, took Micah, left the country, and went back home. It was his parents that left the candle and everything on her pillow. And she was told that if she wants to get rid of that scary lady in her dreams, the answers lie within Micah's parents. who, by the way, she has no means of getting in contact with. So she wants you guys to give her advice and help her. What should she do? Nia, I don't
Go to
know.
Jesus.
But if you guys have advice for Nia, leave it in the comments.
Oh my goodness. This was a crazy compilation. That is insane. That's why you gotta be careful when it comes down to people out here. You never know when it comes down to your family members or just regular people just out and about. You don't know who secretly wants you as like a partner and they are willing to do witchcraft to get you. So you gotta be covered in the blood. This is insane. Oh my goodness. And that's really sad that what happened to her mom. And girl, whoever you are that did that love spell, like that lady said, love somebody the natural way. And the only way to truly obtain love is through the Lord Jesus. God is love. So you cannot truly love somebody without God. So go to God. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to your girl channel, leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. I'll see you guys in another video.